Ayun. So we're live on HR Shouts this evening, this Saturday evening, and it's podcast 65. And we're going to talk about bias and emerging cultures. So with us this evening is Miss Daphne Granfil and Mr. Jhon Carandang. Good evening, guests.
Hello there. Hi.
Yeah,
Good
hi. Hello.
Saturday.
So how are you? How is your week?
Well, it's still a work week for most of us, I guess. So, still moving forward. That's for me.
And how about Sir John? How is your week?
Nako, mukhang ma-embrace ko na itong bagong normal, the new normal of working up from home or working at home. Kasi talagang parang napaka-convenient, mas marami ang nagagawa. Mas maraming parang parang may time, may freedom, lahat, everything.
Actually, yung work from home naman, matagal nang pinag-uusapan. So, I think, I was just telling you off air, okay? I just found my old book, okay? This was in the year 2000, and this book was talking about telecommuting already, so year 2000. So, I always refer to this book. And let me just welcome, fresh from his project and meeting, Ken Somera, my
Yeah,
partner.
magandang gabi. Oo. Siyempre, naligo muna tayo, di ba? Oo, siyempre. Kamusta?
Ayun. So, we were just, we just entered the virtual room. Okay, so yeah, umayo ng internet.
Sakto.
Okay. Oo, sakto. So anyway, so this evening, Ken, we are going to talk about bias and emerging cultures because we have had a lot of questions from
Mhm.
our members, especially those who have lost their jobs and want to start over. And we're focusing more on this because that's the bulk of our questions rather than HR questions. Mhm. And our guest, so Miss Daphne, okay, used to be she used to chair the ASEAN Work-Life Balance Conference like 2015. And she was saying that telecommuting, wellness, work-life balance, this has been talked about. So Miss Daphne, can you tell us like how is the Philippines faring in terms of yung concepts na to, telecommuting,
Mm.
work-life balance, work from home?
Well, since 2015, layo pa tayo. We are still far because we got used to going to the office on an 8 to 5 or 9 to 6 job, or perhaps the BPO also has their own time horizon with work, no? So when you say telecommuting, kasi as much as possible, we really work from home. Now, why is it that's the concept that we'd like sana to embrace? Because of, especially the women, kasi may mga anak eh. You know, women are very known for taking care of the family still. So that is why we wanted to capture the best of 24/7, ika nga, the 24 hours that we all have. Kung makakalesen ng travel time, no? Sayang kung magagamit mo pa to sa sarili mo o sa pamilya mo para mas balanse ang buhay mo. It's a lot better if we are allowed, or our work is designed for us to really work from home, like what's happening right now. But if you ask me if it's an official na ba na katanggap-tanggap ang telecommuting, hindi pa totally ganun. Kasi maraming mababago sa sistema ng mga kumpanya natin at pati na rin siguro sa negosyo, maraming tatamaan pa. So, still far. 2015, that was the battle cry because again, at the end of the day, we wanted to free our time, okay, for the non-negotiable areas in our lives. Siyempre, matraffic lalo na sa city. So, we spend like how many hours? 3 to 4 hours, tama ba ako? Cristina, no?
Three
So,
to 3 hours.
sayang, di ba? Isang Netflix na yan, joke. Di ba? With the kids, di ba? Saya, parang, yeah, we're mobile, we have our devices, pero iba kasi yung presensya, your presence inside the home. Okay? So, still far, really, from the telecommuting, the ideal level of telecommuting.
So let's talk about, okay, so how was your 8 months, and during your 8 months experience of this pandemic? So I'll ask muna si John, how was your experience?
Yes, thank you. Well, kung titingnan ko yung pandemic, dalawang perspective eh. Isang threat saka isang opportunity. Kasi para sa akin talagang, well, I'm not personally prepared, or we are not personally prepared for this pandemic. Sanay tayo sa bagyo, lindol, baha, di ba, sunog, sa mga kapitbahay, chismosa, yung mga ganyan mga toxicity, no? Sanay tayo sa napaka-resilient. Pero ang threat sa akin is talagang I'm working in a hospital also, so para nakatakot. On the other hand, since 2014, I'm also an advocate of work from home, homeschooling. So sabi ko, sana no, mabalanse ang buhay na magkaroon ng more time with the family and for ourselves. So I look at it as an opportunity kasi kumbaga pwede naman gawin talaga yung telepsychology o telecounseling o teleconsultation. Na dati kailangan ko pang puntahan sa face-to-face, pero pwede pa lang gawin. So for me, it's a blessing. On the other hand, kasi dalawang perspective. Kung titingnan ko yung as a threat, nako, parang walang magagawa, walang mangyayari sa akin for the past 8 months. Siguro hindi mo ako makikita ng ganito ka-fresh. Siguro hagardo versosa na ako, talagang sobrang hirap. But if I look at it as an opportunity na like this, I've been part of this group and I met a lot of people. I can do my businesses and doing some consultation. So I'm very excited. Wag naman sana mamasamain, pero excited ako sa ganitong normal. Kaya nga sabi ko, may embrace ko na. Yung traffic, kumbaga para sa akin, hindi ko na kailangan, ang laking tipid ko sa gas. So ang daming tipid. Although, hindi ko pa rin ma-separate yung work from home at being at home. Kasi dati, yung home sa akin is my haven of rest or relaxation. Ngayon, pag nakikita ko itong study table ko at nakita ko yung GC, oh my gosh, tataas na anxiety ko. But anyway, that's part of life na kailangan ko pa rin aralin. That's it.
So physically, work just got nearer to you. Parang na-invade yung privacy mo. So how about Miss Daphne? How was your 8 months?
Just like Jhon, we tend to see things into perspective, the negative and the positive, the threat, the opportunity, na wala na yung strength at saka yung weakness joke. Okay, this is what analysis. But yeah, I think I'd like to describe it in three words. It's a time to learn acceptance, no? That was the hardest part, that eventually everything had to change. The way you live your life, the way you lead your work, and the way also you need to be with your usual community, that how you wish you have an answer to tell them what to do, but you just can't do it because you're also going through the same journey. Letter C, I say it's a time for calibration. Maraming nabago sa plano ko, maraming nawala, marami din naman ang natuloy. Okay, it wasn't easy. Alam mo naman, ang change always pain, di ba? May pain talaga ang change. And letter T, tenacity. Nako talaga, that was really tested. You thought you're already tenacious enough to be from the pre-pandemic days, pero hindi pa pala. Ang maganda doon, na-realize mo, may ibubuga pa pala yung tapang mo. Akala mo, ubus na. So, in 8 na ba tayo ngayon? 8 months?
More than.
More than no? So talagang, para tayong I think we're like playing Rubik's Cube. If I move, everybody moves. Parang gano'n nangyari eh. Pag nag-move dito yung color na to, mag-move ibang color. And we just really have to act. I think that's how I describe it. ACT, we just really have all to act, to make ourselves active and move forward. So that's my 8 or 9 months. Para tayo nasa womb ng ng nanay na nababago. We're molded to different kind of person now as compared to who we were 8 months back.
Well, right now for me, things have stabilized, but at the start, okay, para kaming nasa game. Okay, that's what the situation was for us ni Hubby because we were looking at the news. We were watching the news and then
Mhm.
we were always stay tuned. And then, oh, ano na ba? Na-lift na ba yung GCQ? Mga ganon. And then personally, okay, we had to stock up on food. Talagang food
Yeah.
eh. Okay. Okay, so we were stocking up on the necessities like as water, okay? So we had gallons of water here. Pero ano na kami, because it's the third time that we have GCQ. It was announced recently. We were ahead of that because we were able to buy a filter. So parang nag-prepare lang kami kasi that was the main concern, drinking water. Mhm. And then, for our business, para kaming palaging nagko-compute. So, ganun yung ginagawa namin. So, but it was like a game kasi it would depend on the news and then tsaka kami mag-uusap kung anong maggagawin namin personally and business-wise. Okay, si Ken, naghahanap siya ng Yakult, I remember.
Yeah, that was a challenge then eh. Siguro mga early months talagang may mga stock ng mga pagkain na nawawala. Palaging ubos. So, syempre, it was a challenge then. So, kuwari ako, I have yung favorite ko, yung Yakult, di ba? Wala sa mga SM eh. So, I had to really look for different supermarkets to get what I want, di ba? Pero yung experience ko naman within this pandemic, 8 months, 9 months, di ba? Sa akin, it's like a cocoon eh.
Mhm.
You still get to choose what you become afterwards. We
True.
still have the choice. This is a good way to notice what you're capable of, how you adapt to certain changes na hindi naman natin kontrolado yung ibang parts eh. Pero again, we get to control one part which is our minds din eh. So we get to choose what we become after this. So I've seen a lot of people thriving in this, pandemic,
That's
'di
true.
ba? Madami. Yung akala nila hindi na nila mahahanap yung mga trabaho nila, pero they started thriving with the lalo ngayon sa freelancing industry, 'di ba? There are people that are like doing transcription, typing jobs and going to TikTok, hindi nila alam yung pagsasayaw pala nila could actually earn them, earn
Skill
money.
na ako. True.
'Di ba? 'Di ba? Yung iba nag-aral ng certifications online, nag-coaching, ano-ano, nagturo magluto.
Yeah.
So again, we're alive. So we still have choice to actually do the right things for ourselves. Yeah. Yan.
Yes.
Yan.
So there are people, yeah. So Ken mentioned, okay, it's like a cocoon, and then you're going to metamorphosize into a butterfly, like the
Yeah.
butterfly
Like that
behind you.
butterfly.
Nakita ko kasi yung butterfly doon sa likod.
Oh, and then I have the
Uh,
tree and the birds.
yeah. So,
Okay.
na-inception nyo ako ng sasabihin ko. Oh.
Hindi, ano yan, mga scenery dito sa,
Uh,
sa walls namin. Oo. So, but see, okay, so change, okay, so people are willing to accept change. However, in terms of career, okay, so I'll ask Miss Daphne because we are
Yeah.
both in the HR world, okay. So, there seems, okay, so my question is, so this change is, like for example, a manager loses his job,
Mhm.
and then, of course, everyone needs to earn ano,
Yes.
a salary to be
Yes.
able to put food on the table.
Mm.
Ang nangyayari is they're met with resistance. Kasi this is a conversation I had with a sibling of mine. In the US, it seems that you can easily change. I mean, if you're a manager, you can opt to, because of certain lifestyle decisions, okay, you can opt to have like a lower ranking job. But
Yeah.
here seems to have parang there's a resistance, okay? Parang it's met with taas ng kilay. Is that how you're perceiving it?
I would say that uh, hindi bago yun. Kahit naman siguro hindi nag-pandemic pag talagang ganun iisipin mo. Especially if you are in a position that mahal na mahal mo na yung trabaho mo, gusto mo yung posisyon mo, at nakukuha mo pa lahat ng gusto mo, and then suddenly boom, magbago lahat. Okay? So pag nagbabago lahat, ang unang darating sa atin, paano na? Questions now start to get into your head, and the evil you start to also creep in to your soul, ika nga, no? So, hindi ko lang alam kung cultural yan, kung Pilipino lang yan. Feeling ko naman sa lahat nangyayari yan. Okay? Pero meron kasing mga tao, yun nga, kung resilient ang Pilipino, bakit tayo parang nagre-resist? Kung resilient tayo. Maybe for some, it takes time for them to realize before they actualize the change. Okay? I think that's how it goes. Yung iba mabilis Mabilis talaga sila. Okay, enough is enough. Now, for some of us, probably we try to look at the time kung baka kaya pa next month, second month, third month, Pero again, reality bites that if you think you can no longer be responsible enough to pay your bills, feed your family, feed yourself, then I don't think there's a reason for you to still question yourself. The end of the day, pandemic only asks one thing from us, it's surviving, right? And it takes another momentum again to thrive to whichever direction we choose. Katulad ng sabi ni Ken, we choose what we become. So, siguro ganun lang talaga, kanya-kanyang timing, no? Kanya-kanyang sitwasyon. Kung may naipon ka, good. Pero until when? That's now another question to think about.
Well, people are now relying on savings, but you
Yeah.
don't know how long this will
Exactly.
creep.
Exactly.
Creep.
Oo. Hindi natin alam.
Okay.
Hihintayin mo pa ba ganun na mangyari, di ba?
Because I've had a lot of questions from our members, okay, who have lost their jobs, and when they go to an interview, the recruiter would ask them, okay, so you lost your job, why would you want a lower paying job? That's
obvious
the
naman
question.
yun. Obvious naman, di ba? Pero hindi na tinatanong yun.
Kasi mawawala na po yung pera ko. Wala na po kaming kakainin.
Yung sitwasyon iba na right? You are not there to, probably for some, still pursuing pa rin the better career. No? Pero looking at the big picture of what happened to all of us, whether I am mag-a-apply ako with a lower salary rate, as not commensurating the experience you have, there is a bigger why that is very humane. Actually, there's a bigger why that is very humane. You don't really have to go through anymore. Even the given na yon sa CV mo, magaling ka diba? So I think that's one we have to accept also na. Yung kausap mo, halimbawa ako, in-interview mo ako, last year walang pandemic, iba ang dating. Right? Ayun, interviewin mo ako, masabait na ako sa'yo, huwag mo lang akong tarayan, joke. Di ba? May pinanggagalingan, tama ba Ken? May pinanggagalingan na. Di ba? Noon, maaring hindi pa ganun ang sitwasyon. So, nasa ibang storya tayo ngayon. Na sana, respeto, di ba?
Well, what I'm asking was based on a lot of questions, okay? Because the recruiter, parang nagsisentimiento sila kasi hindi naman nila masasagot yung recruiter. Pero bakit po ganyan? Alam naman natin, saan ba siya nakatira? Sabi ko, baka hindi siya sa Pilipinas nakatira. Oo. Pero So, Sir John, so madaming yung stress. Okay, so you specialize in talking to, I mean, stress and some, di ba, yung mga issues on mental health. What were the common problems that you had to deal with among your patients?
Yeah. Because of this pandemic, nagkakaroon din, dumadami ang mga toxic o mga inner issues o personal issues na nadadala kahit sa office or kahit dito sa virtual platform na minsan hindi nagiging healthy. Like for instance, yung rants ng isang employee o isang tao, minsan nawawala yung boundaries. Saan mo ba sasabihin? Sa group chat ba ng employee, sa group chat nyo ba o sa personal group chat ninyo ng mga co-workers mo? Tapos, at times, na nawawala rin yung boundaries kasi porket online, hating gabi, maglalabas ng issue, ng like task na hindi nawawala na yung napuputo na yung mga personal life. Halimbawa, tapos na yung meeting until what time ang meeting? Maabot ng 10 o'clock ng gabi, 11 o'clock magte-text. Kaya minsan mga tao nagmumurahan, nagiging toxic ang working relationship na para bang hindi mo na saka napaka-fake na ng mga tao with this kind of like for instance, hindi mo alam kung nakikinig na yung tao sa iyo o hindi. They will just open or close the camera or they just hindi mo na wala na sang kulang na yung social connection. So ang daming yun para sa akin nagiging stressor sa akin yun kasi right now I'm an employer, hindi na ako employee. So hindi ko alam kung nakikinig ba talaga mga tao or I'm an online teacher, professor. Hindi ko alam kung nakikinig yung mga estudyante ko. Kaya minsan sasabihin ko, sige, pahala na lang. Kaysa yung i-embrace ko yung stress, baka ako mismo, mental health advocate o practitioner, baka ako na nga rin yung mismo nangangailangan na rin ng, mental health professional, right? Pero I'm not exempted for that. The only thing that we can do, Cristina, Daphne, and Ken, is how to manage ourselves, our emotion. Kasi talagang sasabihin na lang talaga natin, ang daming toxic na tao ngayon sa virtual rooms. Dati pag nagchichismisan, naririnig mo sa pantry.
Ngayon, naririnig ng lahat ng tao.
Oo, minsan nakaharap mo na, yung pala may group chat sa kabilang account, ikaw mismo as an HR practitioner, hindi mo na alam kung wala ba usapan, napaparanoid na. So yun lang naman po. Kaya medyo nahirapan tayong lahat dito.
Well, actually, yun yan. Kaya careful ako sa grammar ko kasi hindi ko alam kung screenshot ako. Kasi naman to. Ayun. Parang actually na-encounter ko yan. Kausap ko yung tao sa chat. Yung pala kausap niya yung isa. Nagkamali siya kasi na parang hindi ko pa na, parang siya lang yung kausap ko dun sa topic na yun. Biglang yung tao na yun, parang nag-message sa akin using the same phrase. So, sabi ko, nag-uusap ata kayo dyan eh. Parang lang, mga syempre, diba? Parang, bakit parang masyado namang coincidence. Okay, so we have boundaries and siguro yung etiquette on social media and on yung mga ating mga meeting groups, okay? Yung etiquette should have been defined. And kahit i-define mo naman, there's no guarantee that they will transgress, okay? Because to err is human.
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, so we just like to remind our viewers, okay, so we have a few, Ken. And speaking of care and celebrating December, we are raffling out a 1 hour free session from the Carandang Institute of Mental Health Services. So our first criteria was people should email to hrshoutsandwhispers@gmail.com a 100-word essay on how they are coping with the pandemic or the new normal. Pero since wala, so ngayon, magtatanong na lang tayo kung anong favorite color ni Ken.
Color
Grabe. Favorite color.
Oo.
Hirap
So,
kaya sagutin nun.
pero serious yun, okay? So, this is a 1-hour free session from the Carandang Institute of Mental Health Services, and it's transferable to a relative or a friend,
Hmm.
okay? So, halimbawa, nanalo ko, pwede mong gawing gift siya to your loved one.
Mm.
So, ano ang favorite color ni Ken?
Blue. Joke. Tama ba ako, Ken?
Tingnan
Dear,
niyo ang background niya. Tingnan niyo siguro yung background
Ano,
niya o yung suit niya. Okay. So, kasi
hirap.
parang na-stress sila doon sa 100 word.
oo. Sana ginawa mo 10 na lang.
Oo.
Essay. Oh,
Essay,
nakakatakutan
diba?
yan.
Kasi
Wala
yung,
bang multiple choice? Multiple
so
choice.
the last time we had parang three sentence
Mm.
essay. Meron nakakuha dalawa. So si
Yun.
Erica and si Hannah.
Congratulations.
Okay,
Yan.
so
Wow, 3 sentences lang yun, ha?
Sabihin ko na ba yung favorite color ko?
Yes, please.
Favorite color ko is red. Yan. Red.
Guys,
Ah.
sinabi na ni Ken yung favorite.
Ah,
Unahan na kayo
yun
mag-type
yung
sa
favorite color ko.
ang pinakaunang
Yung
mag-type.
yung branding color kasi ngayon yung ginagamit ko ngayon sa likod, yung violet. It's kasi it connects with the mind din eh. So generally pag ganun sa mga branding, lalo na sa mga anything regarding sa mga coaching, ganun, some therapy, usually violet na yung ginagamit nila ngayon color. Yeah. Yun.
So anyway, so starting over, okay, yung pinag-usapan natin, and seems like pag sa palibawa, so that's why when they were not able to get jobs, ang ginawa nila, nag-open sila ng mga small businesses, okay, so a few went into the food business, so they have like small businesses, they cook for their neighbors and then they sell, okay, so yun. And then others, okay, were reselling a lot of manufactured goods by small businesses also. So yun yung nangyari. Pero yung tanong natin, why is this, parang bakit pagka nagsa-start, so in-answer ni Miss Daphne kanina, perhaps hindi kasi tayo madaling mag-adjust to change. So yung tendency natin when we see people or are in contact with people who have changed their livelihood, parang nasa-shock tayo. Oh, bakit? Ganon. Parang ganon. Parang mas nakaka-stress sagutin yun eh. Bakit? Sa tingin mo, Sir Jhon, pagka yung kailangan mo explain sa iyo kung ano yung nangyari sa pandemic, yung buhay mo sa pandemic, tapos tinanong ka, bakit? O yun, tapos merong yung chismosa approach. Hindi naman chismosa talaga, pero yung approach sa chismosa, nakaka-stress, di ba?
Oo, siguro ang dami lang yung defense mechanism na paano yung sasagutin na hindi siya makaka-offend, or paano siya maglalay, or paano niya sasabihin in a very subtle way, o paano niya sasabihin in a very aggressive manner, something like that. Kasi ang mga tayo, okay, parang we don't want to be asked, parang bakit ako? Hindi siya ang sumagot, ayoko. Kasi takot tayo sa isang responsibility, o takot tayong maging accountable doon sa mga tinanong sa atin o sasagutin natin, kasi parang feeling natin we are not comfortable enough, or something like takot tayong mabash, takot tayong makriticize, takot tayong magkamali o ma-humiliate, mapahiya. So ang dami natin mga fears na kumbaga hindi naging training, hindi naging part ng training natin sa school. Na kahit, sorry for this, pero emotionally fragile na mga tao ngayon, na mga employees. O bakit late ka? Bakit po? Ano po ginawa ko? Sorry po, parang isang ka. Ewan ko po, bakit po? Parang sineseryoso na hindi pa naman talagang mahirap i-address yung emotions. fragile nila. And unlike sa panahon natin, I don't know kung you belong to my generation X, batang 80s, kahit kahit nasisigawan tayo ng parents, ng teachers, ng boss, I mean, sorry po, explain in writing or explain in kasi po ma'am, sorry po, we can express it. Pero ngayon, bakit po? Ano po ba, may problema po ba sa akin? Wala pang problema, iniisip niya may problema na.
Nagtanong na
Kaya
sa
tayo,
buong barangay sa karapatan niya.
oo nga. Baka nga minsan ipapaano pa tayo.
Hindi.
Para mga anak ko yan.
That peace naman, okay. Pero kasi there are two kinds of people also, okay. So, yung panahon kasi tayo, Gen X. Oh, hi Ken, Gen X, and then I don't know. You are the youngest here. So, ang ano lang is sa atin kasi it's normal na tinatanong tayo.
Yes.
So, pagka kung nagtatanong sa atin, ang ginagawa lang natin, sinasagot lang natin. And then unless, depende na yan kung ano yung sa pagkakatanong sa'yo. But I noticed also that, well, maybe because mahirap na masyado ang commute, so kaya parang sensitive na. Pero tinatanong lang kayo kung bakit kayo na late. Paano ba ang Miss Daphne, paano ba tayo magtatanong sa ating empleyado na hindi talaga sila matatakot?
Well, syempre sa the way you ask question also, and the way that if you know the personality of the person na kausap mo, kung kabisado mo na siya, I think that's one way to ask question. Mas maganda kung kilala mo na para you can always rephrase. Diba? Kung kilala mo na, it goes back to knowing the person eh. Okay, there might be, I remember when I was still having my assistant in training, natanong ko lang na okay na ba lahat ng gagawin sa training kasi kinabukasan may orientation program. Sometime years back, when I was younger, so much younger than today. O diba? Parang ganun. Okay. Ang tinanong ko, okay na ba? Sabihin mo sa akin para alam natin gagawin bago mangyari ito. Umoo sa akin. Pero the following day, hindi gano'n na nangyari. You see? Without them understanding the reason why you want to ask question, if everything is okay, para wala nang stress ba on the day itself. You just wanted to make sure that you're free now to move to the next action. But not all people think that way. So they're afraid to say no, hindi pa tapos kasi naka-attach yung answer nila dun sa kabuuan nila. Parang ganon. Parang fatal ba pag sinabi niyang no at fatal ba pag sinabi niyang yes? Hindi naman kita papatayin pag no. Aayusin lang natin ang mga sitwasyon. So parang ang bilis kasi natin na pag negative, kabuuan na agad eh. You know? Hindi mahiwalay, parang kabuuan mo. May problema ka sa pagkatao mo. About yourself. That if you fail, katulad na sinabi ni Jhon kanina, no, parang bakit ba ganun na lagi tayong takot if we are not able to reach certain expectations, no, with other people, di lalo na sa sarili natin. Lalo na ngayon, nag-pandemic. Definitely, lahat ng ina-expect mo, lahat ng plano ko, wash out eh. Kaya mo ko sa inyo. Di ba? Lahat ng plano ko, wash out.
Na-wash out nga.
Wash out, di ba? Parang wala kang magawa, right? So, for some people, and also it as a generation din. Ngayon kasi maraming tool to express no and yes. Lalo yung mga scene zone, napaka-sinful naman, di ba? Wala kaming scene zone eh, di ba? Noon parang wala naman kami ibang tools kung hindi umoo at hindi. Okay? Mahirap din yung maybe. Wala namang ganun eh. We have so many emoticons, emojis, and all that sometimes to cover the real answer is to use those icons, no? But it's difficult really to get the real answer behind those icons. So now we're using technology, diba? Which we should already start thinking that magkakaroon talaga ng glitch. It's never really always the real thing you get, you know.
And it's different. It's really different to when you're expressing yourself in written language
Yeah,
Kasi sa in this, pag spoken kasi may mga inflections, 'di ba?
yes, yes.
Oo. Ang grammatically correct sentence kasi can really sound so serious. Yung
Yeah,
parang stern. Kasi grammatically correct. Okay, so parang akala ng mga tao, ako si sermon. Actually, hindi. I'm just trying to be grammatically correct. Kasi
yes.
you might screenshot me. Sabihin, ay, wrong grammar si Miss Chris, di ba?
Again, I
Ano?
always say to people, when you want to correct grammar, you should give me the rules. You teach me back, right? It's hard
Yeah.
kasi to tell na wrong grammar, tapos bakit naging wrong, hindi mo ma-identify. Let's not talk. Kasi lalo ako naguluhan sa ano eh, di ba? Yun yung lagi ko sinasabi na because it sounds like, feels like, tastes like, di pwede yun. Grammar is a very precise discipline, no? You know that, Cristina. I mean, hindi ka pa pwedeng manghula. Okay? Katulad nung sinabi, hindi pa pwedeng ano na lang, A, B, C, D, E, all of the above, none of the above. Doesn't work that way. And even with our answers right now,
Mhm.
we're using this tool like this one, what we're doing right now. We don't know what impressions we're giving out there. Okay, so that's why we have to be really very careful then.
Well, sa akin kasi pag yung frame of mind ng tao, meron talaga siyang ikukulay dun sa sinabi mo. But
Mm,
as HR people, we can always try to be neutral. Pero
yeah,
paano kaya yung neutral pag asar na asar ka na? Parang nagagalaiti ka na. Pero for me kasi, it works to my advantage that we're only using GCs. Alam mo kung bakit? Because I can control
yeah,
what I say. Kasi nga, ay business like, 'di ba? And
yeah,
I only actually use two kinds of emoticons, the thumbs up and
yeah,
the smiley. Okay?
yeah,
I noticed since you since you pointed it out, I only have been using the smile, the happy
yeah,
face, and the
yeah.
thumbs up. Pag wala ng ganon, hindi na ako sasagot kasi
Thank you na lang.
Yeah. Add lang
uh,
ako, Chris. Add lang
uh,
ako in regards to that, no. So, this gets asked sa amin madalas eh. Parang how do you like work with the communication nowadays? Okay?
mm,
Yung thumbs up ngayon, tsaka yung okay, yung thanks. Sabi ko nga sa mga mini-mentoran ko, parang guys, depende sa age group yung okay. Okay? Kasi minsan yung okay na may misinterpret ng iba na parang ang haba na sinabi ko tapos okay lang sinabi niya. Di ba? May ganung
hindi ka
factor.
man na ng isip.
Tama mo na
May
ang
ganung
gender.
factor.
Tama mo
Di ba?
na ang gender.
Diba? Okay, period pa. May period pa. Grabe, may period pa.
Paano
So,
kung ox?
it could mean the same thing for other people. Again, iba-iba yung perception ng tao regarding that eh. So baka nandun sila sa mga conversations na gano'n na ino-okayan lang sila nung shota nila or ng girlfriend nila, asawa nila, bad trip sila doon. 'Di ba? Tapos pag boss na yung nagsabi ng okay, 'di ba? Na-anchor na eh. Na parang ganun yung feeling eh. It's a bad feeling. So siguro I just want to backtrack with one question that you guys were talking about.
Mhm.
It was about parang pag nagpapaliwanag yung employee,
Mhm.
tapos how do you communicate ng hindi ka kinatatakutan?
Yes.
Okay. So there are lots of things to actually point out. Number one is pwedeng tingnan mo yung intention. Okay? Tingnan mo rin yung how you are known. Because yung yung gusto ko ituro dito sa mga friends natin na nanonood is yung pag-install ng mga softeners sa languaging.
Mhm.
And pwede nyo i-search na lang yan. Mahaba kasing storya yan. Tingnan nyo na lang softeners sa internet. Tapos tingnan nyo rin yung preframes.
And languaging, okay?
Yes.
Keywords.
Yeah, communication teachers or trainers actually teach the Merabian rule eh, 'di ba? Yung percentage 50% body language, blah blah blah, 30 something percent tonality, tapos like 7% words,
Mhm.
'di ba? Pero as I always share, it's different nowadays. When we get to talk, it's mostly through email, through text message, through messenger. And that is without face, and that is without tone of voice. So the 100% right now is the words, right? So ang laking factor that you get to notice or actually get to understand how you play with your words efficiently. So, paano ka hindi katatakutan? Yun nga, add softeners, work with your intention, and come from a place of help. Yun. Yun siguro yun na yung best tips ko. Marami pang iba pero I think yun na yung sasakto dun sa question na yun kanina. So yun lang. Yeah.
So it's like this, when you're asking for like why a person was late, okay, was late for work, okay. It says, parang ganito lang yan. Hindi mo sasabihin na ba't ka late? Actually, mas masama pag Tagalog eh. Wag tinext mo, bakit ka late? 'Di ba?
Why you late lang, no?
Why you late? Why you late? Ganon. Hindi, sorry. Hindi, sorry na ano ko na yung accent nung ano.
Why you
Okay.
late?
Bakit ka late? Pag sinabi kasi bakit ka late, so pag nabasa mo yon, pag Tagalog talaga, I see, ang daming away niyan sa GC. So you just have to ask like, did may I ask, parang as simple as, may I ask why you were late? That did you have any problems, or did you go, parang was there something that you should have told me, something like that, or how can I help you improve pagka masyado na siyang
Just for recording purposes. Pwede mo ilagay just for for recording purposes, why are you late? So yun yung pre-frame. Pwede siyang hindi why are you late, pwedeng for recording purposes or para maisalba ka doon kay boss. Bakit ka late? Kailangan ko malaman yung rason.
Just
diba?
so
Pwede.
that I know what's going on, why were you late? I'm your
Birthday ko
boss.
ngayon. Bakit ka
Kasi
late?
ako tinatanong ko yan eh sa assistant ko, just so that I know what's going on. Why were you late? Or why was your report late? Diba? Diba? Magka-problema ka ba? Didn't you
Birthday ko
understand
ngayon.
any instruction?
Yeah.
Ganon lang kasimple yan. Pero pag 100 times na ng ganyan,
Hassle yun.
fiery emoticon.
If I may share, okay lang. There was a time na when I was a young professional then, tinanong ko ng boss ko, why are you late? Siyempre, hindi mo pwede sabihin because of traffic, blah, blah, blah. And then sabi ko, I'm sorry I'm late. I don't feel good today. I don't feel better. I am not okay today. Tapos sabi ng boss ko, thank you for being so honest. Ha? And then the following meeting ulit, na late ako. So inunahan ko na yung boss ko na, why are you late? At sinabi ko, oh, thank you for waiting for me. Thank you, ha. Na-appreciate ko na una kayo. So thank you very much. Nagtawanan sila kasi kumbaga parang pwede mo naman ako personally, kung kilala ko na yung boss ko na parang hindi ka magalit, siguro mas maganda maging humble ka na, huwag ka nang gumawa ng kasi po mga rationalization natin na kasi po si ano eh, mas maganda siguro, sorry po talaga, naging irresponsible ako, hindi po ako natulog na maaga, o kaya ang dami ko pong errands, hindi ko po kayo na-text kaagad. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, just a simple sorry will do. Mapapangiti. Tapos inabutan ko ng kape yung boss ko. Na he's 87 years old na. Sir, father, gusto niyo po coffee? Okay, sige, upo ka muna, usap tayo. So, I think siguro maganda kung turuan din natin yung mga employees na paano maging creative din in a way na, kung negative yung dating, paano mo gagawin siya ng positive. Kasi ganun yung aking gusto ituro din sa mga estudyante. Na, pag tinanong kita, meron ba akong dapat malaman? Sir, sorry po, nalito ako kanina sa klase mo. Thank you for being so honest. Tapos ang usapan, wala nang kaysa yung, ikaw late ka na naman, siya sayang mo lang, blah, blah, blah. Ayan. Wala na. They will not listen. They just listen here and then, wala lang, tapos na. Para ka nasalita sa pader.
Right. Speaking of that, okay, there are some people who just joined in the discussion. Okay, so ang favorite color ni Ken? It's red. Tapos pag mag-unahan kayo mag-type dyan, you will win 1 hour free consultation from the Carandang Institute of Mental Health Services. And that will be transferable to a loved one or a friend. Oh, yan. Tagado na tayo, ah. Okay. So, yeah, well, I guess has something to do with yung Kasi pag tinanong ka, sagutin mo lang ng tama. Yung iba kasi di ba ma'am, may right kaming hindi pumasok.
The grace
Oo.
period.
Hindi, yung kasi pandemic. So, pag parang because of safety, hindi mo sila parang hindi ka, you cannot be compelled to go to work. There is a DO, it's a DOLE order or a provision. Pero hindi, we're not talking about that pa. Okay, hindi muna tayo, pagka nagtatanong po ang HR, hindi muna tayo nagtatanong ng mga legalists, okay? We're just asking why you were late. Because we just want to know. Nagwo-worry din naman kami. Okay? And we just want to find out what's happening with the staff, diba? Okay, so let's talk about, communication tayo, approaches, okay? So let's give suggestions to scenarios. So, employee was always late, nagsabi na tayo. Ito, employee is too aggressive when talking to his or her colleagues. Ito na yung nangaaway sa GC. GC nag-aaway. Pagdating sa office, kasi blended, okay, nangaaway pa rin, aggressive pa rin. So how do we deal with that employee?
Nangaaway sa GC. So meaning to say, through chat ito, no?
Oh, hi!
No.
Hoy, ma'am! May
Wag lang
ma'am ka ba?
Ha? Wag lang well, kung ako yan at kasama ako sa GC at may mga ganyan na, siguro it's proper to not pour gasoline into the fire anymore and do the scoring board who is telling right and wrong. Okay, but I would make a strategy wherein I will personally chat these two people and deal with them separately because it's not also good, especially kung may marami kayo sa GC, no? 50 kayo, 30 kayo. We are also setting some environment there which is no longer healthy. So when the environment is no longer healthy, we cannot work forward, right? So I think that's one good strategy. But once you get in touch with these people privately na, no, sa chat, you should also know how to deal with them. Baka pinapagalitan mo sa likod. Diba? Na hindi nakikita ng iba. Yun. Medyo delikado yun. At tapos, sinabi niya doon, ito, in-screenshot ng kasama ka na naman. Sumali.
In-screenshot ka na naman.
Oo, ni-screenshot ka na naman. So I think depends on what they were arguing about. But you have to diffuse the fire, especially if you have the power to do that. You have to diffuse it.
Actually, that screenshot thing, okay, so nag-evolve yung pananaw ko dyan. There was a time, even with mga partners, okay, kasi ang hirap mag-explain. So what I would do, I would screenshot and then ganon. Ito yung napag-usapan. Tapos, kasi minsan kasi mahirap makipag-usap sa GC or sa chat talaga. So for me, parang I find it too cumbersome. Gusto ko tawagan pero busy daw siya but wants to be informed of what's happening. So sini-screenshot ko yun. So eventually, I figured out it's not really a good idea to do that because the message itself can be taken out of context.
True. True, that's very true. Depende nga kung ano yung napag-uusapan, depende kung sino ang tinatamaan, may tinatamaan ba. Lalo yung mga sensi, na hindi naman sila kasama pero tinamaan, sumali pa. Parang gano'n, no? Hirap kontrolin. Diba?
Kasi nanonood ako ng Tulfo palagi nagsi-screenshot doon, natakot ako
Yeah.
Parang
Nawawala ng privacy na, no? Or ng confidentiality. Yeah. In my case, sa akin naman, mas effective sa akin, tama si Daphne yung kakausapin privately, pero mas effective din sa akin kung pwede mo nang dagdagan din yung using the I language o I message. Like for instance, ganito ako makipag-usap sa mga taong toxic sa group chat or aggressive. Sorry, I make use of, sorry Daphne hindi ko nagustuhan yung sinabi mo sa grupo kanina. Nalulungkot ako or hindi ako natutuwa. Siguro mas maganda kung ito ang gagawin mo o sasabihin mo. Minsan tinatagalog ko na. Bakit? kasi mas nasa level of emotion, yung emotional level talaga na mas napapahiya. Bakit? Kasi yung I language, part ng thesis ko kasi to, na napatunayan ko na mas natatanim sa utak ng tao. Yung, ay, nalulungkot si boss. Hindi ako natutuwa sa sinabi mo. Sa tingin mo ba may mali ba sa ginagawa mo sa group chat? And then this employee or student na pwedeng, oh my God, magiging reflective yan. Ano yung mali sa akin? And then eventually sasabihin niya, sorry po sir, hindi po ako naging mindful. So napaka powerful. Instead of saying, alam mo Daphne, ang mali sa iyo, hindi ko ang pangit sa ginawa mo, ha? Bastos ka eh. Maling-mali. So gagawin naman ni Daphne, halimbawa lang, hindi, ikaw bastos. So nagkakaroon ng pagtatalo. So hindi siya nagiging healthy. Kaya tingnan mo kung napapanood mo doon sa TV na yung sikat na news, yung tapatan na mga reklamo, hindi sila nakikinig eh. They were just arguing each other. Tapos at the end, wala. Pero kapag may nagsabing nag-mellow down, di makikinig, meron ng nararamdaman na mali na talaga ako. May mali sa akin. I'm sorry for that. Kaya yun yung keyword ko dun eh. Para gusto kong mapaamin yung tao, ipapakita ko sa kanya kung ano yung mali in a way na mararamdaman niya. Hindi yung i-blame ko siya. It's a power, there's power in I message. Yun lang naman.
Okay. How about Ken? Ito yung employee is too aggressive. Face to face.
Pag employee is too aggressive kasi yan tinitingnan natin dyan yung behavior din niya maliban sa work eh. Mm-hmm. Is the behavior the same at work and pag nasa tropa-tropa? Kasi kung parehong aggressive yung dalawa, doon na natin siya, kasi sa work, kilala mo rin naman yan outside eh. Hindi lang naman kayo sa work usually, doon mo lang siya kilala. Malamang kilala mo rin siya outside, di ba? So, ang tinitingnan kong approach, I'd like to commend din yung sa iMessage ni Jhon. Because ako sa akin, I incorporate that also. Dahil yung sa akin, yung embedded commands para sa akin yan eh. Yung anchoring. So, every time I have to say a good point, I actually work with my eyebrows and actually not just my eyebrows or eyes. I also work with the general composition of my body. So parang when I talk about something and by the way guys, ganito yung kailangan natin mangyari. I also mix the commands with the tone of my voice. Mm-hmm. Also mix the commands with actually my gestures. So kung napansin niyo, nag-example kanina si Jhon. Magkaiba yung statement nung una and yung statement ng pangalawa. Mapapansin niyo yung energy nung galit sa hindi.
Yes.
Kasi nag-shift ka agad lahat ng body language to a dominant tone eh. So parang nakita mo yung kaninang may turo pababa submissive dominant. So nag-shift eh. So subconsciously we notice these things eh. Mm-hmm. Right? So, pansin mo, pag may galit, may energy na na-emit eh. May mga tao na pag nakakaramdam sila ng taong galit sa paligid, may mga taong napapaatras. Mm-hmm. Because they feel danger. Pero ito yun weirdly. Ako, tulad exciting yan sa akin pag may nagagalit. Ako yung lumalapit. Excited. Uy, nagagalit. Di ba? Dito tayo.
Parang iba tatong grupo na to kasi ito yung grupo na pag may danger, lumalapit eh. Si Miss Daphne, naka-red.
Yeah, konti lang yung mga ganun. Kasi parang, it's parang, ako sa akin, it's rare that I get to feel this eh. So pag meron ako nakikita na ganun, kuwari may aggression, di ba? Pumupunta talaga ako doon. Bakit? I want to learn from it eh. So ito yung sa akin ang pwedeng gawin ng mga taong na-aggress, yung sila yung na on the receiving end nitong aggressors na to. Una, it's your choice to fight back. Okay? May choice kayo naman eh. Pero kadalasan sa Pilipinas, we are trained to not go with conflict. Okay? So kung pwedeng iwasan na lang natin Sige, pasensya na. Mahilig tayo mag-sorry eh. Kahit minsan hindi naman tayo mali eh. Pero here's a decision for you guys na nakikinig. Up till when? Yun lang. Pwede, you could actually do something about it eh. Kung gugustuhin mo. Pero kasi kung hindi mo i-address yan, doon ka lang sa receiving part. Yan nga, if you can't command, you must obey. Basically it. So, make a choice. Step forward. Face it. Yun naman sabi ko.
Oh,
Iba-iba yung sitwasyon ha.
So,
Iba-iba yung
depende
sitwasyon.
yun.
Oh,
Kasi
depende yan.
merong iba, may Captain America syndrome. I can take this all day. Mga ganon.
Yeah.
Okay, but,
And yung
pero
mental
mag-ingat
health
kayo
na yung
dun.
yung mental health na yung tatamaan mo
Kaya
doon.
nga,
Sanity
mag-ingat
mo
kayo
na.
dun.
Yeah.
Kasi pag sumabog yun, kayo na yun.
Always take care of your mental health. Yeah.
Yes.
And turn it to mental strength. Yeah. Tama.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, dito tayo sa yung mga taong mahilig sa conflict. Employee gossips all the time. Meron kang staff na chismosa. So, ito yung nangyayari. May GC kayo, kasi pandemic, di ba? May GC kayo. So, nandun kayo sa isang GC kasi confidential yung GC na yon. Kung ano naman doon, screenshot binibigay sa mga, sa mga, well, or hindi niya screenshot, kinikwento lang niya. So, how do you deal with that kind of employee?
Okay, if you ask me, I think it's very important for HR managers to also give a policy on how to use your group chat in a professional way. Pag kasi naging masyado yung personal, expect mo na yan talaga mangyayari. Now, I think you have to define the boundaries of using the channel if this is for purely business, para hindi doon mag-breed ng fights. Okay, remember ang GC mahirap din siyang i-maneuver kasi you have to really scroll. Okay? Yes. And it's very improper that we still are professionals. We have to know the boundaries, what should be there and what should not be there. Hindi porket na gumagawa ka ng rules, do this, do that. You should also make sure that you clarify what are the things should not be in that GC. Now, hindi ko nga alam, nakakapag-chismis pa ba talaga sa chat?
Well,
Kaya pa yun?
Kasi dito sa chat, I think on chat, I think this is for me, kasi since there's evidence, you will have to write it to be able to do your gossiping, di ba? So I think it's tamer. Kasi I think it was much more rampant when it was during the office, when we were office-based, before the pandemic. I actually had a staff that I terminated. Kasi hindi na nachichismis na siya, tapos ang style niya is yun yung kanyang icebreaker. Tapos, pagkatapos ng chismis, mangungutang siya. And she was part of HR. So I really had to make a decision. Kasi I talked to her before na para I understand that things are, first I tried to address the pangungutang. So I understand things are tight, but we have our salary and we have to live beyond, not beyond that salary. So kung mangungutang ka, it's not going to be seen as good impression for HR people. Kasi parang paano yon? You will be owing people a favor. Paano kung magsiserve ka ng NTE? Kaya pala hindi nagsiserve ng NTE kasi ako yung gumagawa kasi ayaw niya kasi may utang siya dun sa tao na yon. Yun yung nangyari doon. But that time, parang kinausap ko lang siya and we gave her a chance. Kaya lang, nagulat ako, hindi na siya nangutang sa staff, nangutang siya sa mga managers.
Okay. She went beyond her boundaries, that entitlement of her power. If, this is good also for HR here, if you really use the group chat as your form of communication kasi hindi tayo nagkikita, okay, lalo yung mga work from home talaga, make a policy. Kasi you can do the NTE with the policy, right? You know, nandun sa policy, tapos in-orient mo sila, o nagkakaintindihan ng tao, bawal dito ang happy face kung di ka naman happy, joke. Okay. Ibig ko sabihin, di ba? Parang, you now define that that channel is going to be used to speed up the work process, you know, dito lang lalagay. So, kasi I also have my group chat right now with my team in AXA, and I really give them instructions paunti-unti kasi, you know, the instructions come as you deal with people. You cannot perfect the instructions right away, right?
Yes.
So nakikita mo yung problema as you go along the way. Pero kung meron na kayo mga top 5, top 10, o bawal dito ang ganito, kumuha ng video sa YouTube, shinare mo doon, you know, which supposed to be that channel is going to be used for communication that is very related to the work. Okay. If you want a fun GC, then ibang GC yun. Pero again, you know, I think even if nag-pandemic tayo, mga kababayan dito, no, we are still professional. The ethics we uphold, okay, should still be part of our lifestyle, regardless of the change, right? Regardless of the change. So this is something to do already with your character. Okay, character na to, ha? Hindi na to, ano lang, rules of the game of being a professional. You know the boundaries, knowing what is right from wrong is integrity. And guess what? Integrity is always there in all core values of all organizations. Hindi nawawala ang integrity. Okay, so wag tayong misalign sa usage ng mga, kahit nagbago na, kahit dito lang na ganito tayo nag-uusap sa ating mga Zoom meetings, or you know, there are still rules to follow because we don't like chaos. That kills the work and that kills your performance as a team. So, diba?
So actually, just a comment for me. We're talking about communication, but people actually trivialize communication.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi sometimes, di ba, ano yan it's like everyday, talking to each other, etc., etc. So, but ako, I'm a comres major, okay, and then Miss Daphne is also from Masscom, okay. So, alam natin that, and then Ken is also with, NLP and communication, and Sister Jhon, diba? So we all know that it's all interconnected and it's through communication. So because we have to communicate policies, we have to communicate matters in the office. So I think we should look into the quality of our communication. And kasi ito nga nagugulat sa akin, when people consult with me, I said, do you have even just a paragraph describing how you should communicate with one another? Yung with respect and etc., etc. Kasi ako, I always have that with the code of conduct of my company. Like, people are supposed to resolve issues first before they even think of going for outside help. Okay, so yun yung nakalagay yun doon. I mean, it's very common sense, pero kasi sometimes kailangan yung spell out
Yeah, you should be clear about what is negotiable and non-negotiable all the time.
Define the terms of engagement, ika nga.
Yes, so the rules of engagement is very important, and of course it includes the rules of disengagement. Okay? Kasi otherwise, if you always magbigay ka lagi na the bullying part, for example, did you know that we bully people but we're not aware we're bullying already the other person because of just simply talking to them? Wala ka namang sinasadya. Tama ba ako dyan, no? Parang nasabi ko lang pero wala akong iniisip na masama. Minsan ganun tayo Okay, tao lang, di ba? Pero kung paulit-ulit na yan, at ikaw naman tumatahimik na nasasaktan ka na, it hurts lagi ang song mo, mag-isip ka na rin. No? Katulad nga na sabi ni Ken, it's your choice. Okay? But again, the workplace could have been progressive if we are able to address matters like this.
Okay, so I have a question for Ken because Ken is with home-based freelancers.
Mhm.
Okay, so there seems to be this kind of perception with home-based freelancers that it's not the real kind of work. Kung ba pag nag-i-interview ka, parang you
Okay.
deserve less. Okay, kasi
Okay.
nag-home-based ka dati. Ano
Mhm.
naman ang comment mo dyan?
So what is the real work for them?
Yes.
Pwede kasi, 'di ba? I mean, it's perception eh. Tulad nung nagsimula yung call centers.
Mhm.
It's yun yung face noon eh. Nagsimula yung call centers noon, may mga tao na nawala sa call centers, saan nagtatrabaho? Sa call center. Call center lang. May face noon eh. Ako galing ako BPO, so ako medyo gets ko yung nangyari yun. At nangyayari pa rin yata hanggang ngayon.
Mm.
Okay? So ngayon, yung naging face naman ngayon is in regards dun sa freelancing.
Mm-mm.
Anong trabaho mo? Work from home. So sa bahay ka lang nagtatrabaho. Doon ko napapansin nun yung nag-a-add ng lang.
Yes. That's what I'm driving at. Yung, ay, home-based ka lang? Ganon, ganon ang tono.
Again, this is the lack of information eh. So I have nothing against people who think that way.
Mm-mm.
Why? Because it's just I'm reframing in my mind that they just lack the information of how profitable it is to work from home. Kasi ako if you get to ask me, I'm an advocate of working from home. Why? Kasi pagod na ako dun sa babiyahe ako back and forth from taga South ako eh. Taga Las Piñas ako. So most of my clients were from QC, from, from Bulacan, from Makati. And every time I have to go out, I have to pay toll gate. 'Di ba? So yung hassle ng traffic papunta babalik, pag coding ka, 'di ba? There's a lot of hassle. Pero again, working from home, I don't have to even, you know, pay those toll fees and gas. It's a big convenience. And pero here's the thing eh. Alam ba ng mga taong yon kung magkano kinikita nitong mga nasa work from home na to? These are people who are adapting to the changes right now. Why? Because these are skill based.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people who are earning like more than 6 digits right now in the freelancing industry are not even graduates, but they focus on the skill. They focus on actually marketing themselves, branding themselves, and that's a big difference. So sa akin lang, masabi ko lang dun sa question, Chris, I can't blame the people who think that way. It's just a lack of information. Sa mga nasasaktan at sinasabihan, work from home ka lang. Again, it's also our job to actually give the information to them. Wag naman yung yabang ng ano. Pero
Actually,
kung
that's what we're
kupal talaga
asking.
sila, magyabang ka na lang din, di ba? Sampal mo, ito, pera ko pa, di ba?
Ito ang aking 2316.
Yeah, oo, di ba? Di ba? So, ano lang yan, it's sa akin, it's still perception. Nasa iyo yan kung mapipikon ka, you'd feel belittled or ano, pero alam mo yung totoo. So, kung naapektuhan ka doon, just, be stronger and if you could give them the right information, they could understand. Yeah.
Well, that's why we have communities like, of course, us, okay, and then we talk about these things, and then
Mm.
we are actually, we have allied with the off community, the online Filipino freelancers, okay. So, kasi nga malaking tulong tong work from home, and I think this is like for me, this is very very viable as an option, especially if you're raising a family. Kasi it allows you, first, you're just at home, well, forgive me if I just say just at home, but you are at home and you're
Mhm.
able to directly take care. Kawawa na yung kids mo kasi namomonitor mo siya. Okay, 24/7.
Pe- May statement kayo na si John, I remember eh. Ang isa to sa mga concerns with working from home,
Mm.
yung differentiating work from being at home. Kasi you're at home na eh. So, ito nagiging concern din na parang, teka lang, kailan ba ako dapat pahinga? Kailan ba dapat ako nasa trabaho? I mean, minsan yung differentiation nun nagkakahalo-halo na. Oo. So, yeah. Naalala ko lang dyan. Sabi na tayo kanina. Oo. Hindi ko alam. Saan si Chris? Ayan. Kala ko na wala. Okay. Nakamute ka. Nakamute. Ayan.
Kasi nag-charge ako ng phone. Okay.
Okay. Yun.
So differentiating nga. Well, actually I got used to it kasi even while I was working at the office, para din naman ng text sa akin. So it's something, it's a grind that I got used to. And anyway, I've developed this na nga, parang shield, okay? Pag wala akong energy sumagot, hindi ko muna sasagutin. Kasi minsan, the dynamic is like this. Pagka may nagtanong sa'yo, sasagutin mo, may follow-up question. Tapos, habang sumasagot ka, may follow. That's why I really devote maybe 10 minutes to the exchange. Kasi, meron kasing ganon. Maybe it's also mahirap talaga i-congest sa isang question yung situation ng tao. So that's why I really devote time. Yun. Imagine, okay, the speed of typing and then yung mouth natin mas mabilis yung mouth. So yeah. So that I can understand. That's why kung may mga nagpa-private message sa akin tapos hindi ko muna sinasagot, it's because I would like to spend more time with you, okay? And then just really have an exchange. So iniisip ko muna yung isasagot ko sa inyo. Parang ganun kasi ako eh. Parang kailangan kong mag-recharge bago mag-engage. So I don't know kung ganyan kayo pero ako ganyan. Oo. So, again, also, we'll talk about emerging cultures. Okay, so this pandemic brought to light a lot of parang behaviors. Okay, so we have the behavior of people in GC. So we'll just call that the GC culture. Ang ganda, di ba? Napaka-creative. Okay. And then what else? What kind of culture? Ito, ang tawag ko dito, the health and safety culture. Yung mga taong palaging nag-share ng health and safety tips. So I kind of like that because people are more vigilant, okay? So what other cultures can you see emerging for the new world? Oh, para tayong Star Trek.
Yung akin, napansin ko lang sa bagong kultura nila ngayon is, yung hindi sila makapag-decide. Yung, albawa, ang sagot nila, sakto lang. Ikaw, sa tingin mo, ano maganda? Yung, as a boss, I will ask, guys, any suggestions para sa Christmas party natin? Alam mo, sasagutin nila, kung ano po maganda sa inyo. Para sa akin, yun, tapos, okay lang ba? Sakto lang. Ano gusto mo? Kahit ano. Parang ako personally, o kaya magte-text sila, magchat-chat sila, Sir Jhon. Tapos, wala na. Yun yung bagong, para sa akin yun yung medyo, hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit ganun yung, siguro aging na rin, pero bakit ganun? Kung bawa, Sir Jhon, yes, pwede po magtanong. Alam mo, yes, ano yon? Hindi po ba nakakahiya magtanong? Alam mo, pag gano'n na yung talagang parang,
ako advice ko.
Nagiging trend na yata yun. I don't know kung ako lang ba or
hindi, nangyari sa
true.
akin yan. So, ang advice ko, please lang, okay, kung magtatanong kayo, idiretso na yun ang tanong. Kasi may one paragraph naman yan eh. Huwag yung parang exchange na ganyan. Kasi, alam mo, mas nakakainit ng ulo yon. Doon pa umiinit ang ulo ko. Ay, ano kaya to? Ano bang gustong
Uy, relate match din pala.
Ano ba to? Tapos ang bagal pa ng internet. Ano ba to? Tapos, sasabihin sa'yo, ay, wag na lang po kasi parang busy kayo. Yun ang ending. Parang ano ba to?
Nakalulugar.
Hindi, yan. Ang tawag dyan is, believe sila sa'yo, John. Kasi ang akala nila, you can guess it by their energy. Tawanan mo na lang yon kasi malalagas ang buhok mo dun.
Ito pa nga nagtanong medyo, ito, for the past few months, ito mga, Sir Jhon, pwede po magtanong, kausap ko yung friend ko na HR practitioner. Ikaw, bilang HR, anong gagawin mo? Sasagot mo nito. Sabi mo, hindi pwede magtanong. I-text mo. Ako naman, napaka masunurin. Hindi pwede magtanong, ay, sorry po, sir, pero kasi po may concern lang po talaga ako. Nagtanong talaga. Sinabi na yung buong tanong. alam mo talaga, kung pwede lang kung nakakamatay na amura, talagang, bakit di ko pa sinabi yung tanong? But anyway, I think, siguro hindi na yata sila ganun ka-train kung paano magkipag-usap sa chat or sa text. Na, Sir John, excuse me, can I ask some questions regarding our meeting, blah, blah, blah. Do you think, blah, blah, blah. As simple as that. Okay lang kahit mahaba. Basta sa akin, kumpleto na.
Sa isang baksak lang, di ba, mababasa mo
Yes.
naman yan. So, ang tawag dyan is yung gradual. The gradual, the one sentence culture.
Beautiful
Grabe.
sentence.
The phrase. I don't know.
Phrase.
Ang
Baka
tawag pa
letter na
yun.
nga lang.
Yun. Battle of the brainless culture. Alam nyo yon. Pag alam nyo
Yeah,
yon,
good.
Gen X kayo, 'di ba? Pag hindi nyo alam, younger kayo.
Tropang trompo yan.
Chicken.
Bakit? Anong throwback trumbo, Ken?
Chicken.
Welcome to our club.
Ano,
Ano ka na?
80s,
Adapted.
80s, umabot ako sa 80s. Abot ako sa 80s.
Parang gumanon kasi si Ken sa 80s eh. Parang sumamba.
Nakailang presidente ka naman ng Pilipinas. Yun lang yung batayan natin.
Hindi ko alam.
Ano lang edad ito
Abot ako may martial law. Mga ganun.
Parang nakikiusap ako, please wag nyo nang gawin yon. Kasi, pag, alam mo, nag-exchange, tapos bilang, ay, sorry po, busy kayo. Nako, di ba? Wag naman. Please. Tapos wag nyo gagawin niya ng 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. Nakakasira po ng araw yan. Please lang po.
yung sa akin, at least nagko-course through sila sa page. Ang ginagawa ko sa page, I reply when I'm fit to actually reply. At saka, at least pag nag-inquire, may mga lang, syempre, pag may mga text message or talaga tumatawag, minsan kasi wini-weigh in ko yung questions eh. Pag medyo critical yung question, lalo na ang question is medyo medyo mga suicidal thoughts or ganon, mga hardcore na kailangan na talaga ng attention, yun yung problema na, I have to answer. Kaya parang ang palagi ko na lang verbatim is, how can I help? So, ano yun, parang verbatim, may emotion man o wala, nandun yun, how can I help?
It's
Oo,
neutral.
neutral na lang yun. So parang, hi, Ken Somera here. Yeah, I saw you message our page. How can we help or how can I help? Tapos ano na lang, para at least sila na yung sila na yung magaganon. Yeah, sige. You're saying.
I was going to say, kasi that's why nag-iipon ako ng energy sa mga ganyan.
Ipon. So when I wake up na lang, kasi I wake up hapon na rin, mga 1, di ba, hapon, mga 1 p.m. So parang pag, na ako, game na, okay, game, sige. Sasagutin ko rin mga 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Ganun. Kasi lalo na pag personal mo naman yung ginagawa mo, you get to answer people at your own time. Because if you push yourself to really go into like answering people and helping them, kasi nandito tayo lahat sa place na to eh. We get to share our insights our knowledge, experience Pag sinugod natin na hindi tayo wala tayo dun sa state, maapektuhan dun we can't service them better. So ako yun lang. Yeah.
Init ng ulo mo and then you end up not advising the person. So it's counterproductive.
Ipapasa ko na yun. Kasi pag may mga clients na ganun, talaga parang talagang may mga taong ganun I mean, hindi lang kayo akmado ng communication style. 'Di ba? Ikaw, nandun tayo sa coming from, nasanay tayo na ganito yung communication style ng ibang tao. Pero may iba na talagang hindi talaga hindi kayo nag-fit I really push myself to actually pass it. You know what? I want to help you more. Pero with the time that I have right now, I can't. So here's the number of ganyan. Tapos yung pasa ko na siya. Pre, sa'yo na yan. Sa'yo na yan. Okay.
So that's the key word, like communication style, maybe managerial style, people management style. Okay, so just kailangan mag-match or mag-adjust. Yun lang yun. Kasi kasi we're told, I mean, hindi naman sa we're told, but because we experience yung mga difficulties ng pandemic, we know and we understand that we and we can adjust because we've been there. Ayun, we've experienced that difficulty. Pero pag sobra na, syempre may limit yan. Kasi kung palaging napapansin mo may pattern na, 'di ba? Parang syempre, pwede mo rin pagsabihan. So, you just have to adjust and then know when to call call the shots na. Okay, yun na lang ang masasabi ko. Okay, so Miss Daphne and Sir John, so for 2021, okay, what are your, kasi December na, okay, so it's the last month of the year. Ano ang ating wish for 2021?
You go first, John.
Mawala ang COVID.
2021. World peace. Hindi. Siyempre, matanda na ako. Tatanda na naman ako. So, pagpasang taon.
Pinaalala mo, mauuna ako
Oo.
tumanda sa'yo.
Well, to be honest, ang gusto ko talaga lumago yung aking negosyo, yung Carandang Institute. So that I can give more. Yun ang dasal ko eh. Bless me, Lord, so that I can give more. Kasi talagang, how can I help others? How can I give if I don't have? So, siguro pag nasa 40s ka na, malapit ka na mag-50, wala ka na ibang iisipin kundi sa ibang tao na.
So na mga edad.
Oo. Kaya, salamat lang sa doktor ko dahil meron akong Peter Pan syndrome. Hindi halatang malapit. Wala na talaga sa kalendaryo. But it is for me, yun, matapos na itong pandemya nito, although may next pandemic pa yung mental health issues, pero matapos na itong crisis na to, okay na. And siyempre, umaba pa buhay ng mga magulang ko. Yun lang. At mga tsahin at tsuhin ko. Kasi talagang sa panahon ngayon, bonus na sa kanila umabot ng 70 years old pataas. Sana, sabay kami mag-senior citizen. Yun ang kasal ko eh. Senior citizen ako, nasa 90s or 80s ang nanay at tatay ko, tsahin ko, tsuhin ko. Para at least maramdaman ko rin kung ano yung, yung haba ng buhay na meron dapat tayo. Yun lang naman. And I, thank you.
Okay, my turn. I think, well, we all wish to move forward and still do what we need to do in life, no? Regardless of what happened, the changes that happened. Sana lahat tayo healthy, no? Healthy to move and do our mission so we can finally get our vision. You see, we were asked to get into a detour, di ba? Lahat tayo lahat naman nag-U-turn. Probably the others, slight lang ang pain. The others went through really the stormy pains, whatever we say. So I wish that if this pandemic is really going, or rather COVID will definitely be maybe controlled na, no? Better in 2021. Tayo rin naman ay hindi ko sinasabing bumalik sa dati, kundi bumalik ang tiwala sa mga sarili. Tama ba? Tiwala sa Panginoon. Then, that's where I think I remembered when I was doing my Think and Thank early COVID months, ang taas talaga ng reach. Okay? So everybody was looking for answers. What am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go? What's gonna happen? Diba? Ganun tayo. Yung mga tanong natin, may isa lang I hope in 2021, it becomes all clear for us why things had to happen. No? In a positive light also. So I just hope that we get to find that at the end of all, we still won, okay, over all of these issues we're facing. That's all. And I thank you.
And Miss Daphne, I believe you are about to share something.
Yeah, well, may I just do the share screen here. Well, this one here, share there. Okay, I am yun. But may sumingit na ganyan. Okay, joke. There. So, well, you see, we don't really do a health check with our careers. No, I know most of you in human resource, you know what you do and you're very good at it. But we haven't really gotten to having a health check with career. And guess what? This is for free. For free to. Pa-Christmas ko na ito. Okay? Pa-Christmas ko na to for the first. Okay? For the first 20 who will text me like you're having this questions in your mind, okay, in your heart, that for all this time, this months, you cannot just share it to anybody. Maybe you want a fresh eye to look at it. Okay, and for those who would like to finally walk their visions through, okay, I am giving this time for you. This is my, it's not much really. It's time I give you and it's time I share it with you. So please let me know. My phone is here. Okay, the first 20 would like to finally open up themselves. Okay? Bago man ang trabaho mo o kaya wala kang trabaho pero nandito ka pa rin, salamat naman. Di ba? Di ba? Maraming nabago sa buhay mo and you'd like to see through your career. Maybe you're thinking of career change. Ano ba? Diversify career. Ano ba? Shall I go back? Shall I get employed? Ayan na. Punta tayo sa business model. Magpapa-employ ba ako ulit? Magtatayo ako ng negosyo. Anong klaseng negosyo? Baka kailangan mo ng kausap. Nandito ako. Kahit nakapula ako. Remember, butterfly is there. Okay? Katulad ni Ken. So seriously, I'm giving time because I like to breed new post-pandemic leaders in life. It's not yet too late. I always write that in, Think and Tank. You visit my page, Daphne Granfil Consultancy. Every day yun ha. I do that. Pandemic o walang pandemic. Okay? So you might want to actualize the change because we are still in pandemic times. But this time you want to make sure that you've chosen to do that. Okay? It was your choice to see through. Let's try to check your health in your career and choices in life. Kasama kasi yun Chris, no? Hindi siya pwedeng magkahiwalay. We know that. Okay, our livelihood is always connected to the kind of life quality that we envision. So I'd like to give time to that. The first 20 who will connect with me, my arms are open to listen to you and hopefully to also give you some advices forward. Before the year ends, maganda to. No?
So the first 20, okay.
First 20, so yes.
Miss Daphne is flashing her cell phone number. So this is actually our subject matter experts. They're giving away their services in the spirit of Christmas. Okay, so we announced, okay, si Sir Jhon, okay, nagpapa-raffle tayo. So those who can guess Ken's favorite color, and we actually gave you the answer, so just type it. Okay, and then for Miss Daphne, okay, those who are going to text her through her number, okay, she will give away a session, okay, and talk about career health, okay.
And this is may just add lang Chris, no, and Ken, one-to-one to kasi hindi naman pwedeng group dito.
Yes.
May mga detalye. Don't worry, your stories are safe with me. Okay. And, you might want a different experience naman instead of talking to your colleagues na pare-pareho lang naman kayong nasa ganun ding lugar. Okay. So it's also good that you reach out to people who can give you a fresh insight like me and Jhon over here. No? I'm sure you would be given some enlightenment din. Katulad din namin, dumaan din kami sa gera, katulad nyo. Okay. But we have pursued to be here and still tell you that life is still good. Thank you.
Okay, so those, okay. And then Sir Jhon, okay, do you have, what's up? Do you have any webinars coming by this week?
Yes, I just want you to invite you to like or visit my YouTube channel, Jhon Carandang. If you want to know more about mental health, how to enjoy, what are some mental health issues, para at least kahit paano meron kayong daily dose. And then you can visit Carandang Institute Facebook page para kung gusto nyong to clarify some things, you can message me and during office hours from Monday to Saturday, 8 to 5 p.m. And yun lang, just enjoy the day. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, yan nag-subscribe na ako kagad. Ang bilis. Subscribe na ako
Oo.
sa YouTube.
Ano lang yan. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Click
you.
na. Follow na agad, guys.
Follow
Add ko lang before I forget. Kasi nung pumutok ang pandemic, isa lang naging trace of thoughts natin, kesa wala. Gets mo ko? Di ba?
Oh, yeah.
Kesa wala, dito ko. Kesa wala, dito ko. Guys, you're better than kesa wala. You just have to, again, rediscover that you're better than kesa wala. Like you and me, we went through the same kesa wala. Okay? Kesa mawala pa, mag-usap na tayo. Okay?
Oh, yeah. You have to rediscover yourself and yung worth ng services mo. Okay, yun lang yun. And then Ken, okay, so any webinars coming your way?
One of our good friends, si Luigi Manyosa, is doing a group hypnotherapy and coaching session. I think this should be December 12. Yeah, so if you're interested, let me know. I'm assisting with marketing for the event, for sharing din sa mga tao. So yeah, message lang. And again, to those people who want to become an NLP, an international certified NLP practitioner, that will be March 2021. We're getting the certificates from the Society of NLP, one of the biggest, yung pinaka-top na NLP certifying body sa buong mundo. So yun lang. So kung interesado kayo, again, message mo ako so that I could give you the full details and you could avail the early bird. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And well, for me, okay, so tomorrow I will be with the HR Cafe people at
Yan.
3 o'clock. And we
Yay.
will be talking
Send the
about,
link. Send the link.
yes, work from home. Okay, so they can actually view that on our page and
Okay.
Philippines HR group. Okay,
Yes,
so
nice.
HR Cafe is hosted by, of course, Mr. Darwin Rivers,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have our very own Tina Coang. She's
Mm-hmm.
one of the mentors also of Philippines HR group.
Okay.
And if you have relatives who are OFWs and are wanting to pass the IELTS, you can contact me for your review and coaching. So this
Yeah.
was a very productive discussion, guys. So
Yay.
thank you, Sir John. Thank you, Miss
Salamat.
Daphne. And
Thank
Salamat.
Ken.
you.
Salamat.
Okay. So yung
Thank you.
butterfly mo,
Paalam
lilipad na
sa
dito sa case.
butterfly. Oh.
May meron akong bird.
Meron din
Di ba may animals?
Wala na.
Meron
Namatay
ka
na yung bird.
Meron ka mga laser. Di ba?
Okay, guys.
Okay.
Have a great
Okay.
night.
Thank you.
Salamat.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. God bless.